Obi-Wan was the only good Jedi, and, like, you know, every other Jedi sucked. And I know what you're thinking, like, you know, oh no, Mace Windu. Mace Windu was pretty cool. Or, oh no, Yoda. No, he must have forgotten about Yoda. Yoda was pretty cool. Or, oh my god, Qui-Gon Jinn was the greatest guy. No, they all sucked. Obi-Wan was the guy doing work the entire time. Like, seriously. And so, you know, you look at what Mace Windu did, and I think Mace Windu, like, stabbed Jango Fett at some point. But, I mean, killing Jango Fett wasn't really the biggest accomplishment ever, because, like, you know, what did Jango Fett do? He was kind of there. And then, like, you know, he's like, okay, guys, this is my time to shine. I get to 1v1 the Emperor, and he dies. And I know you guys are thinking, well, it wasn't fair. It was a 2v1. If it was a 1v1, Mace Windu could have won. And I'm, like, sitting here like, no, it wasn't a 2v1. It was a 4v2. Mace Windu brought, like, he brought 3 guys with him to fight the Emperor. And the Emperor brought 1 guy to fight with, and everyone's like, oh, it's so unfair for Mace Windu. How could the Emperor bring people to help him win the fight? It's so unfair. Mace Windu did it. Emperor was just even in the playing field here. And plus, it doesn't matter, like, you know, how he lost the fight. He lost the fight! He didn't do anything. It's not fair. It's not if it was, like, you know, unfair for him. Oh, he didn't get an ample chance. No, he lost and didn't achieve anything. And then people are gonna tell me, like, oh, but Qui-Gon was pretty cool. Qui-Gon was, like, the worst of them all. Let me tell you what Qui-Gon did. Like, granted, he trained Obi-Wan, so, you know, he gets some of that, like, you know, secondhand Jedi street cred, but besides that, like, you know, what did Qui-Gon do? He found this little kid, and he's like, I want to train this little boy, guys, and he goes to the council, and he's like, yo, you should let me train this boy. And Yoda explicitly tells him, you cannot train this kid because he will become Space Hitler. And he's like, what? Space Hitler? That's ridiculous. I'm gonna train this guy. And so he decides to train him, and, you know, 20 years later, that little boy went on to become Space Hitler. Big surprise. Wonder who could have predicted that. And the reason I'm not talking about, like, you know, the original 3 movies, because the fact that there wasn't really a whole lot of Jedi in those movies. Like, you know, you had Obi-Wan going around, like, you know, Obi-Wan didn't do a whole lot in the original movies, but that's because he had back problems. He was like, oh man, my back, I've been carrying the Jedi Order on my back for so long that I have scoliosis, like, please help. And, you know, Yoda is sitting there like, you know, I live in a swamp now. I used to be cool. Now I give spiritual advice. Joining her is Yoda, one of the most renowned and powerful Jedi Masters in galactic history, who is ready to make up for the fact that he didn't win a single fight in the entire Star Wars franchise so far. That's right, I said it. Obi-Wan for Professor Albus Percival Wulfric Brian Dumbledore, who was given way too many names, apparently. He's the leader of the Order of the Phoenix, and I got nothing. He's honestly gonna suck. Yoda's being about as useful as he was in the movies by grabbing an empty backpack. And Dumbledore dies to literally nothing. Best wizard ever. Technoblade attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful. What a loser.